Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel on human design. Well, today I thought I'd have a bit of fun because after all, it is the first week in 2023, or it is when I'm filming it anyway. We've got Mercury in retrograde, so misunderstandings and communication is likely. And I thought about that and I thought about, well, when you first come to human design and you get involved with what centers you've got fixed and what centers you've got open and what your profile is, and it's all very exciting finding out about yourself. And you go deeper. And then you find these lines that you go, oh no, I wish I didn't have that. What to do about it? It's part of your design. I mean, Ra had a very black sense of humor, but at the same time, he was very accurate. But some of the titles are really kind of off-putting. So I thought I would address it here. And I'm going to go through a few of the lines to give you a taste. If you enjoy what I'm doing, if you think it's awful, I won't do another one. But if you enjoy it, let me know. Perhaps there's a line you want me to look into. There are 384 lines because there are 64 hexagrams with 6 lines per hexagram. If you add that up, you come to 384. So some of them are very uplifting. Some of them are very, well, they make you feel, you've got to grow into them, and some of them are bloody awful, at least they appear to be. So I'm going to be looking at those today. But before I do, for those of you who don't know who I am, I'm Richard Beaumont. I've been in human design for more than 25 years, and I've been training professional analysts. And so I have the background to speak about this. Okay, let us begin. I'm going to begin with the 4th gate, and the 4th gate in the line of the liar. You're looking at your lines, you go, the liar. Well, that doesn't sound very good. It's got a heading in blue in the line, and that means it's kind of a lifelong process of you learning about this and coming to terms with it. In the exaltation, the lines, if you think about lines in terms of descriptions that can, people can look at them as being positive if they're exalted or negative in their detriment, but actually the negative, if you get to know it, can be very useful. It's something that you're here to learn about. Anyway, getting on with it. The liar, role-playing as an art form, the actor. In the exaltation, fantasy protects and nurtures a sense of purpose and reason, no matter how misguided. The potential to find or illustrate the formulas through fantasy. And the detriment is time always brings humiliation. The potential danger to see fantasy as fact. So what do you do with that? How do you deal with that? Well, what does it mean? Whenever you're looking at a gate or a line, you need to see where it is. So this is the 4th gate. So gate 4 is in the Ajna center on the right-hand side, looking towards the 63, the gate of doubt. The 4th gate is the gate of the formulas. It's the gate of the mind coming up with a formula that sounds like it might work. Let me put it that way. In the Chinese, this gate is called, or this hexagram is called youthful folly. It's an idea. At the end of the day, it's a conceptual aspect of your mind. Whether you have it open or fixed, it's going to influence the way you think. So Ra gives an example. He goes, well, if you've got this and the boss is walking by and he says, do you know how to work that new machine? And you go, yes, I do. And they go, okay, good. Which means you might not know, but you want to give an answer. And you give the answer by, yes, I can. And then you've got to hurry to find out how it works and find out for yourself. But your first answer was yes, which is a kind of lie because you didn't know how to use the machine. And you find out, and then it's all good. But if the boss says, well, okay, show me, then we've got the detriment. Time always brings humiliation. I mean, it's like, oh dear, I don't know. You'd have to admit it then, or bluff your way through if you thought you could work it out pretty quickly. So that's one, the liar. And remember, it's conceptual. Remember, Formulas are great for being able to cut through a lot of things quickly, but they're still just formulas. They're still just mental concepts which need to be put into practice to see if they actually work. In this case, they either knew how to use the new machine or they didn't. It's okay, so that's the liar. Let's have a look at another one. Yes, let's go to treachery. Let's go to 28, line 5. And in the blue, in other words, in the learning of this, it's a long-term, it's a lifelong learning. It's called the abuse of trust. In the exaltation, the manipulation of the collective, that while pitting one faction against the other, does not directly support or reject either. The intuitive capacity of the game player to provoke struggle amongst others. And that's the exaltation. The detriment is the breaking of alliances with trusted forces to align with more powerful forces and its attendant destabilization of the whole. The intuitive recognition that in times of struggle, to know when alliances must be broken and its destabilizing factor on others. So where is the 28? 28 line 5, it's in the spleen. And what is it? It's an awareness, because the spleen is an awareness center. And the 28th gate is about the awareness of whether life has purpose or not. So it's about individual purpose. This is not an awareness that is there to support others. It is not an awareness for critical assessment of what's going on. It is awareness of what is of individual purpose to the person. And it's treachery. So that means if you're going to, let's say you're learning Tai Chi, and you've been working for many years with a local Tai Chi master, and you're the top student, and you're taking some classes yourself with the teacher's permission, and you're an integral part of that little group. And then along comes a new teacher from outside, and you go to one of their classes just to see what happens, to see how your skill pans out with the skill of the new teacher. And you find he's better, or she's better. You find you can learn more. You find it's exciting again. You're getting into your exercises in a completely new way. And what are you going to do? Individual purpose. You leave the old master and you go to the new master, and you're called a treacherous swine. But what are you going to do? If it's part of your purpose to be an expert at Tai Chi, you got to follow the main vibe for you. You've got to follow the best knowledge. You've got to follow the best teacher to be in alignment with your purpose. And yes, it would destabilize that other group. But what to do? If that's in your chart, you've probably already done something like that. It's part of your nature. You have to accept what it is to be you. Please remember, human design is not a moral system. It's an amoral system. It's a science of what is. And if you have part of this in your nature, then this is part of you. And the best thing you can do is to go, well, great, I will keep improving by going to better masters, because that's what I love and that's part of my purpose. And I see nothing wrong in that. The group you left, then they're going to be upset with you. It's part of the nature of any fifth line aspect. There are going to be those people that love you and those people who really don't like you. You can't please everyone if you've got the fifth line. And wherever you've got the fifth line, you're not here to please everyone. You're here to be practical. And it is practical to learn more from someone who comes in that you didn't know before, if that is your purpose. All right, let's find another one. Yes, this gets people going. The 58 line 2, the line of perversion. And it's got no blue line, which means it's not a lifelong learning. It's just something that is innate in you. And there's no polarity in this. In other words, there is no exaltation. There's no good side of this. in the detriment, a genius for perverse stimulation that afflicts oneself and others by promoting degeneracy and reducing joy to indulgence and decadence, the energy which fuels the drive for perverse stimulation. Well, that doesn't sound very good, does it? So firstly, where is it? It's in the root. The 58th gate is in the root. And what is it? It's a pressure. It's an energy and a pressure, and it's a pressure to feed corrective awareness. The 58 and the 18 go together as part of the channel of insatiability. So in that sense, it is a power for correction. 58 twos are very willing to listen to 18s that say, you know, that's not right what you're doing. And you go, okay, thanks, I'll do it the way you suggest. It'll make things easier. All 58s want to make things better. They're not here to make things perfect, but they will give energy for corrective awareness to improve their life. So how do you interpret it when you've got it just in detriment? Think again, what is it? It's a pressure to improve the life, but it's a vital energy. It's called joy. It's in the second line, and I like to call it natural joy. But it is also part of the channel of insatiability. And the detriment comes out when you're partying with this. You know, you have a drink or two and you're having fun, you know, you're not going to be able to stop. The second line is a natural line, but it's also an unaware line. And this is in a gate that isn't connected to awareness. So you will continue to party and people will be dropping like stones around you and you're asking for another drink. It's something that is not possible to correct. It's something to enjoy and to know that you have limits that you cannot stop. So have a friend to keep an eye on you and come up and have a code that says, you know, I think you need a drink of water. I think you've been drinking too much, you know, and you go, okay, I remember the code word, and you can come out of it, but you might need help to come out of it. It will take joy and reduce it to decadence and indulgence. When you know what's in you, even if it's in detriment, if you know it's there, you have that awareness about it, and then you can manage it. And this is the whole point about any of the detriments that you may have in your lines. No matter what they may say, they can be flipped if you bring awareness to them. The detriments are in white in human design, and the exaltations are in black. You may not learn anything with the exaltations because it can work easily, but the detriments, you better find out about. And this particular one, yeah, it can also be a lot of fun, by the way, but sometimes too much fun is too much for some people. So when you're looking at your chart and you're seeing, you know, oh, what does that mean? Just chill, okay? Just realize it's part of your nature. See as it comes out of you, because it will come out of you. Whatever these lines are, whatever our attributes are, they will come out in one way or another in your normal day-to-day life. You can recognize it. You can know it. You can see it. You can bring awareness to it. But you ain't going to change it. You can't get rid of it. It's part of your nature. And what I'd like to say is that in my journey through human design, I've learned that everything I've got on me is useful. At some point, it's necessary for me. For example, the line perversion, it's perverse because this is a logical gate with a natural ability to provide energy for correction. And that's to help everyone, you know, to help build a park, to help build a school, to whatever it may be. And in my case, it's a perversion because instead of using that ability for the good of everyone, I use it in human design. It's a perverse science. Not that many people know about it. In the real world, it's quite a rare thing. I mean, it's growing, but it's still a little bit odd. It's a bit perverse to go in some sort of esoteric, scientific thing that not many people know. But aren't you glad that I'm in it? Aren't you glad that I have that in me? Because I wouldn't be talking to you now. So whatever you have in you, just chill. Get to know what it is. Get to know what it's about. If you get your own Rave I Ching book, all the lines and the cryptic descriptions are in there, and you can get it in the link below. So I hope you enjoyed that. It's a bit of fun for the first week of the new year. I will be seeing you very soon with another video. But if you like this one, please like and subscribe and share it. I would be very grateful. Thank you. See you again soon. Bye.